What is Quill up to, though, you think?
And, I mean, I'm wondering about Italy. Italy's got 24, some divisions in the Africa, some divisions all over the place.
Yeah.
And they
have some very, very strange stuff going on here. There's a lot of battle plans with no units actually assigned to them. How many divisions do they have?
They have quite a few.
I've got like 30 regular and 14 Alpine division. Fairly small. Great beard though. So let's go. I'm gonna be going back here and checking on. I mean, so far the Chinese invasions here are not actually being beaten back, but I think that's because the German divisions fighting here are just garrisons or on garrison duty. So I don't think it's actually taking up Prussian Prince's attention at all. It's just the automatic defense system beating them back, basically.
You have, you know, some other divisions being scattered and moved out of France, where they, I mean, I don't know why you would have all of these divisions still in France.
Well, I think maybe to keep down resistance,
right.
But I'm not sure if it's worth it at this point. There are for sure, when I looked last time, quite big. You could maybe have made some actual police divisions, so keep them more economical, because there's not going to be like any invasions from UK at this point. And is Sweden doing anything about the situation? I mean, they did try an invasion before. I feel like they could follow this up. Like, they are helping a bit. But at this point, I would just siphon in all my divisions to help for these successful... You know, none of them are actually holding ports, so... No, the diversionary maneuver did not work. But, I mean, Romania is against... going in this other direction here now, so Yugoslavia is slowly losing.
So as we enter the last hour of this match, I'm kind of surprised how often we've seen, you know, stable fronts in most of the game, at least where the human players are concerned.
I mean, that does happen a lot. This is still 38, right? So yeah. Basically, a lot of the warfare right now is kind of World War I-ish.
Right.
Nobody has built, as I said, nobody's really built breakthrough divisions. You're going to have a lot of firepower so you can concentrate it and break through these kind of defenses. If you try and hit it with something with, like, you know, roughly the same attack, it's not really going to work. And from the divisions I've been observing, a lot of them are kind of very defensive divisions. And we're actually going up to speed 3 now because we only have 1 hour left.
Okay.
And I don't think we're going to see a complete resolution here. So I think Troy and I are going to have to call the winner. Right now it's Sweden, but...
Of course. I mean, that just goes without saying.
Yeah, but...
and Sweden and the brave Canadian.
We'll see. So I think we're going to go for points now, right? Because nobody's going to be able to take Moscow or Berlin at this point, not in 1 hour.
Well,
even on speed 3 now.
I don't know about Berlin. They're the real deal there coming down, so...
I don't know. I mean, Daniel's paratroopers, maybe... I mean, you have to remember that people seem to be neglecting their air forces here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he could be dropping them. Now, technically, we did mean that you had to capitulate them, but I mean, if one side has managed to take the other side capital, I think we can call that the winner.
Yeah.
And it's actually kind of nice now seeing Romania kind of just go back into some sort of square shape here, eating Yugoslavia. Doesn't matter how radical you are, Yugoslavia. They're coming for you.
The American threat has never quite materialized.
No, I don't think it got bad enough that it triggered anything. And the election, though, I mean, in the election, the Silver Legion is going to win. But that's, you know, another 2 years off, so... I don't think that's going to happen, and I don't think anything is happening with Japan either, actually.
No.
We did say no coups, so... Maybe should have allowed coups, but I don't know, it was pretty crazy without that. So.
Yeah.
And I wonder what is the plan here for India? They're actually they're taking out Bhutan. No, land of dragons. And just a call out in case Wiz is watching this. I'm still waiting for the Bhutanese focus tree you promised me when you were drunk.
Really?
Yes.
Oh man. Well, we can see the fascists are making a move in Romania.
Ooh.
How that materialized, I'm not quite sure.
Whoa.
But it seems to be so far working, and has forced the Soviets into moving on the Eastern Front.
Yeah.
So this is a kind of not a desperation move, but it's a brave move, and now
And it seemed to have completely, it seemed to have completely worked.
that.
Wow.
Wow. That worked.
That was wow. That was fast.
We're not really good at predicting how wars will end, are we, Doug?
That's the problem. I was watching China and Bhutan. You know, it's wow. That was impressive. Next time, whistle before you do that. So I can see it happen. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Like the whole thing just collapsed. How many divisions did they go in with? Did you see it?
They found a hole. Instead of their circumvent towards Arad, they went around towards the airport and went through Bessarabia, Moldova, that area, and pushed down towards the capital, towards Bucharest.
Yeah.
They managed to inflict enough damage to force Romania to capitulate.
Yeah, I mean, Romania is basically a shell now.
And its armies are being cut off.
Yeah.
This will cut off even more Soviet divisions there in the south. So
yeah,
this is,
I've just toggled off all the interface. You can just see the thin slice of Romania still kind of holding out here.
Yeah.
Well, this might be a game changer.
That does, because it...
I wonder how many divisions fell there.
Well, there are a lot of Soviet divisions now trapped in Romania.
Yeah.
Divisions that were being very useful in pushing through Yugoslavia, trying to take Belgrade, which still might fall. Belgrade still might fall to the communists.
With all our separate AI wars and stuff here, I'm not quite sure which one to look at for seeing the casualties from this. I think we're just gonna have to accept that was most of the Romanian army.
It's the third war on the the Nazi German and the German Reich thing. 106,000 men the Romanians have lost.
I'll see, that's not the third one for me, but...
The Soviets have lost 500,000 men, and it looks like they're going to lose a lot more.
Yeah. No, I mean, there is no hope for these guys in the pockets here. They're going to be completely cut off. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is going to... I think this could be... that was the turning point.
Yeah, I think so. So, I mean, they got 50 minutes to... Maybe they'll pull it off. That would be cool. And although, like, they are actually attacking along the front line here, but like everything, like the whole Barbarossa line here is not really moving though.
But it is tying those Soviet divisions down.
Yeah.
Which is the important thing, to keep them out of Moldova.
Yep.
Where there's still quite a bit of progress being made.
And both Spain and Italy is kind of guarding the Yugoslav line here as well. So, and I guess someone is liberating Bulgaria. Bulgaria is returning.
Yeah, defend against Sweden.
And when did someone give Turkey to Germany? Oh, of course, the capitulation.
Capitulation. So Germany, yeah. So this is a huge deal.
Yeah. That's masterfully done, guys. Question is, will Daniel be able to turn this around? I mean, even Sweden's pushing in now, actually.
Yeah.
They've managed to encircle somewhat some German troops here.
Why is that?
And some Spanish ones.
That idle navy is going to be haunting me in my dreams.
Yeah. If anyone can hear me, please, German Navy, protect your coastline.
God. Not that it could have made a difference in Romania, but it could have made a difference in, slowing down the Swedes. And that's a distraction they really could not afford.
Yep. So let's see what India is now actually. Let's see if I can switch to the right India. They're actually helping out now, taking back the Turkish land. But yeah, there's still pockets here being mopped up. And I think Bohemian Empire now has one of the ugliest shapes I have ever seen. This is...
That is not pretty.
I don't know. It looks like... I don't know what it looks like. I'm not speculating. Some sort of X-rated dolphin or something. I don't know.
What?
I'm not going into it live.
I'm just trying to see what an X-rated dolphin even is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the chat now, and it's like, it looks like a space gun, and I'm vomiting over Bohemia. So, let's have a look. Like, what is going on with PRC? Do we have any paratroopers actually happening here? Did Daniel give up his paratrooper plan? I think he might have, actually. Oh, no, he's still researching them.
But he's making some progress.
It's tough with only free research slots.
Well, China's only got 2.
Yeah.
So just more of them.
Yeah. And Bulgaria pocket is about to go bye-bye here. Storing Yugoslavia. I guess Bohemia is now more of a extremely pregnant dolphin, so it looks a little bit better, I would have to say.
It's a fat man. Not unlike myself.
I'm not sure what we're gonna call this shape down here, but at least
But that destroyed.
the Indians are liberating Turkey back to Romania, at least.
So this is what the Reich has to be careful of: is the divisions from the south coming and cutting them off or hitting them in the rear.
Yeah.
There are, I think, enough German and Yugoslavian units, and Italian units, of course.
I'm going to draw attention to the Brazilian troop who has landed successfully in Dunkirk, but now got killed by 3 German divisions. But so the Brazilians, the smoking snakes are back.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of Brazilians waiting in England to invade.
Are they really? I haven't seen that. Let me see. Oh yeah. No, they seem to be prepping something here. I feel like, they're a bit of a sideshow at this point, but
hey,
it's nice to see them trying.
That's nice. Right. It's nice to see them trying.
I mean, they're tying up like 20 or so, 20, 30 German divisions that they could be using elsewhere.
Here they come. Here they come.
Yeah.
2 there and 2
the
there.
Bohemian Empire is now swelling more. Oh yeah. Brazilians are landing
all over the place.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work though.
No, it's a dumb idea.
Well,
you gotta give them props for trying.
Yeah, the Swedish excursion here is. Oh, so actually, I mean, they might be succeeding here because the Germans have pulled off a lot of divisions. Actually, it's mostly Spanish divisions. I think Spain has become the garrisons of the Reich here. And they're pulling back all the Swedes. And actually, it looks I'm not sure if the Barbarossa line is moving now. It's going green in places now. So I'm a little disappointed actually. I was kind of rooting for the commies here. I thought when they're gonna managed to pull off that thing with Yugoslavia, I thought they were going to turn it in that direction.
Yeah.
Because now I'm not sure. I mean,
I think we could end up with a draw here. I mean,
I think, yeah, I'm definitely sure it's going to be a draw. Like, I feel like if PRC could have pulled this off and gotten free, because they have, how many divisions do they even have? It's like 30 divisions here.
something like that, yeah.
30, the real deal. Armed with Tibetan rifles, in fact.
Both of them.
Both of them, but these are really weak divisions.
They
I mean,
only
again,
have
and
4 or
just
5 battalions each.
yeah. Again, growing to that size, 238 is still pretty good, but oh, there is a lot of movement through Sweden right now by Soviet troops. I wonder what that means. Are they going to try and fortify? I don't think you can fit more people on this front line in Denmark. Or maybe there's something else being planned. Let's see, where are they going? No, they are actually going to the front line, all of them.
They're going to try to push. I mean, this is their only chance for victory, right? At this point.
Yeah, at this point, I would, you know, since Germans aren't actually protecting the Baltic, I would just be hitting every port with like a couple of divisions at the same time as pushing here. Because what the Germans don't have is enough divisions, right? So if you could just start hitting multiple places, because you're going to need more defenders to stop each place, probably than you need attackers. Leningrad has fallen. So,
The Soviets don't have enough people to defend Moscow.
no. So, I mean, maybe this is kind of like, it seems like the Soviets are struggling now.
Well, they sent all of those men to Denmark, so you know,
Yeah, I mean-
it's a daring gambit, but they had to come from somewhere.
If only there were some tanks here, you know.
God.
It's these guys running, you know, they're running across the ice here and they're making tank sounds, trying to go faster. Oh, actually, yeah, no. This guy up here, these guys have actually managed to break through, I think. They might pull this off. And with no, let's see if there are any, there is also no Soviet air superiority or anything here, so there's nothing really slowing these guys down at the moment. And they have no divisions. They should not have sent all the stuff to Sweden.
No,
Because they go like,
'Cause
I
there
don't
are-
know how many divisions down there now.
there are a lot of Spanish guys holding that line.
Oh dear, oh dear. In before they completely overextend and then the whole thing collapses.
And
But,
there goes a dude.
I mean, what's the unit is 75 on Moscow now? Sorry, on the Soviets.
If 3 infantry divisions making their move on Moscow.
There are several. They're broken through in many places now.
Yeah.
And I don't think there is nothing really there to stop this right now. Follow Moscow. And nice. So I guess Moscow has fallen, but what does that put their surrender progress at?
That's probably not enough. The Soviets have very high national unity, I think, at this point.
75. They haven't taken their ministers, so they can get more now if they need to. They're actually only at 30% towards capitulation,
Oh,
so they still control 75%.
Here come the Indians to help.
Yeah, because you know the Germans have not really taken a lot of the big cities on the way.
Right.
Yeah, but they do have some big pockets encircled here. This front line is Swiss cheesing all over the place now. And Sweden managed to take Hamburg. But I don't think this is going anywhere. There's a lot of Spanish divisions. They're holding this front.
It was smart to have the Spanish hold that. Those are very strong divisions, too.
They're in fact seem to be... oh, America is now landing in Dunkirk as well with 11 divisions. So...
Well, that's a real landing.
that is a real landing. And they seem to not be able to kick them out because these guys are still running on the auto defense through garrisons.
Yeah.
And also, they're now being bombed by American bombers. So, this might be a little tough. Let's see, where are the bombers? Enemy missions. And you can see here, so they got like 78 bolos. So this thing's running on daily, so you can sort of see how many buildings have been bombed every day. Can give me more of a update. So basically in every sortie, they're destroying something. We haven't yet like given you the detail on what kind of stuff this is, but it's generally going to be infrastructure and factories and stuff like that. And Brazil is there as well with 4 divisions. This is nice. I feel like I don't know if I can toggle the music here. Where's the smoke? Oh no, we don't have the Sabaton soundtrack because we're streaming. We gotta put on the Smoking Snakes. Oh well. Because I'm getting German march music now.
Yeah.
I feel like it's fairly appropriate, right? But I would have liked to give a little
Well, they are
support for the
marching into
Brazilians.
Moscow.
Running, I would say, wow. They completely inflated like a balloon. Yes. I didn't realize they were so strange.
This is
pretty good. I mean, they got like half an hour-ish left, so
Yeah,
they're going to pull this off, I think.
Oh, and Japan's in a civil war?
Go Japan! Commie Japan. Here we go. And India is going for Iraq. And they managed to mostly reclaim the Romanian territory of Turkey now.
Though again, that's a lot of Italians there defending that.
Yeah.
And Yugoslavs. There just aren't enough communist divisions to hold off.
They're still tying off like a lot of divisions that probably should be marching on Moscow at this point. So
Yeah.
it's pretty good. And I see a lot of Czech tanks heading up here. Let's see what kind of...
Finally, somebody's building tanks.
Well, actually, it's a small light tank regiment with some cavalry.
Oh, well.
No tanks this time. Finland's down.
They now capitulate to us instead.
Oh dear. So let's see how close are the Soviet Union to surrendering. They are now at 44%. So they're doing well. We'll see, where are the big victory points here? There are a couple spread out.
Sweden is oh, they retook Moscow, so that's...
Oh yeah. They've taken back Moscow again.
Well, that's good.
But I think this is, at this point, I think mostly, you know, the Axis just need to get their troops in order, you know. They need to stop a bit because there's a lot of stragglers behind. Need to catch up for another push generally. They're not going to be able to do much about that.
Well, they're holding the Danish front.
Yeah.
Spain really churned out the army here just in a few years. They did a really great job in producing a credible defensive force.
Now, the Brazilians seems to have fallen, but there are some Dutch support units that have arrived from the colonies, I guess. Oh, Belgian ones, actually. So, but nobody's really going for Italy.
Yeah, see, that would be the soft underbelly to lance at, I would think.
Yeah.
But, you know, the UK's got nothing. That's their traditional attack vector. But
Yeah, and the Americans are going to be going for the main here.
Yeah.
There's actually even more of them landing, but they're not pushing. I'm not sure why.
maybe they're waiting for the tanks that will never come.
Yeah, maybe. There is... Wait, is that a Brazilian battleship? That is a Brazilian battleship. Nice. It's pretty cool. Go AI. So let's see, where is Russian surrender at now?
Sweden's moving for Berlin.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're gonna pull it off though. At this point, both sides are just sort of running in different directions, I guess.
Yeah.
Trying to make it in time. And that can backfire horribly.
Yeah.
So, let's see, where are the surrender progress? So, Soviet Union is now at 77% towards capitulation.
That's not far.
Because Germany is not following with Berlin, you know.
No.
You can submit towards Hamburg now. There's one over.
Yeah, some nice encirclements by the Czechs here. Or Bohemians, I guess I should say now.
There's nothing enough.
Oh, are they getting through here?
And the fascists have pushed back in Turkey. Not that it
Yeah.
matters. It's kind of a nothing front at this point.
Yeah.
It's a sideshow.
We should probably, you know, if this actually hits a win, we probably should stop a few minutes early just so we
Yeah.
can interview people a bit.
Yeah.
I would love to hear the war stories we might have missed here.
Berlin has fallen.
I'm hearing cheers in the background. If we have some time, it would be great to get a little interview talk with Daniel as well, if Zeke's available in a bit, just to see how it's what his view is on the current shenanigans. So where Soviet Union now at 80% towards capitulation. So it's just a
tick towards the end of the war.
yeah. And they took Berlin.
They did. Berlin has fallen to the Swedish Communist Party.
Yeah. But I mean, let's see.
Can they get enough cities in time? They're trying to cut off the Spanish national. There's so many Spanish troops.
There are so many wars.
So many wars.
Germany is like 18% towards capitulation. I mean, they're gonna struggle. All right, so over to Zeke.
Okay, we are back here at the last slash of PDXCON 2017, and in Dan's own words, we'd like to hear what Daniel thinks of the current shenanigans that are occurring.
Well, we had a trouble with, we were boosting Japanese communist support, and they were at, well, 70%, 60%, 7%. We just waited for them to turn, and that would change the entire world in China. It never happened. We called bullshit on that, and we also called bullshit on, well, their invasion.
So Dan, are you...
But I'm still saying we're winning. We hold Moscow, and they don't hold Berlin. So we hold their capital, they don't hold our capital. I say victory.
I mean, just to add to that, calling bullshit, who does QA for this game? If I might ask you, my dear friend.
Actually, I don't.
Well, fair enough. I actually forgot about that. Okay, enough bantering. Back to the studio with Dan and Troy.
Well, despite Daniel's harsh words, as it is now, I'm still saying, you know, Axis victory right now. I mean, Soviet Union's now at 83% towards capitulation. And Germany only 21%. So I think that's going to be our victory bar, right?
Yeah, I think that's probably reasonable at this point.
So the question is, can they grab more of Germany? They do have...
They have time.
They have time, yeah.
They'll have technically half an hour, or at least 15 minutes, to take the cities.
I would say that's more time to take Soviet Union cities, though.
I'm surprised that the Americans are just sitting there, though. They've got 20 divisions sitting at Dunkirk.
Yeah, they haven't moved?
They have not moved.
Oh, okay. Japan files in.
Oh, actually, that might be an AI bug I know about when fronts are very small. I did not merge that one because we didn't have time to test it.
Okay.
So that might be that one triggering, possibly. Because we had problems with very thin fronts.
Some are moving now. Looks like we've got some movement. There we go.
Are they finally moving?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
They'll probably just wait until there were enough.
Yeah.
Though it looks like some of them moved off, it looks like.
Yeah, two of them's moved off, but...
No, they had like 20 divisions there. Now they don't have. Now they have like 8.
They shipped them somewhere else, maybe. There is a Brazilian landing here in the Netherlands as well. So maybe they're hitting several places now.
Yeah.
How many victory points will the AI get? Berlin's taken. In fact, how much do they have to take to... No, there's no way they can affect the supply lines on the front line here.
And the Germans have retaken most of Denmark.
Yeah.
Moscow's encircled.
There are a lot of divisions. Bears with guns. There's 13 bears with guns here, which I guess is the Soviet division type.
Sure. Why not?
Sure, why not? Yeah. What exactly are they?
The Soviet right to arm bears.
Yeah, they're
They're trying to save the...
kind of sheep artillery.
The Swedish army is going to eventually be
Beaten back, yeah.
back.
And now the unicorns are running.
The unicorns are running. That sounds like name of a great fantasy book.
And Finland's been liberated under the, mostly anyway, the horrible clutches.
I don't know where all the American soldiers went, but they all vanished. Denmark, the Netherlands have been liberated a bit. But all the Americans seem to be getting out.
Yeah. Soviet Union now 7% towards capitulation.
Yeah.
And I guess Germany is still... Oh.
The battle for Moscow is 12 divisions on 12 divisions.
Wow.
But they're both exhausted. Germans are taking a lot of casualties.
Yeah. Let's see, in this, is anyone actually using... There are no Air Force involved here, are there? I guess nobody actually has any planes left now. Nobody's... Yeah. There's a little bit left. I think people just forgotten the excitement. It's actually kind of hard to play a multiplayer with no pauses if you're not used to it.
Yes.
But I mean, the Moscow troops, they will not be able to hold out forever here.
They will not.
They're being attacked from every side now as well. I think when that falls, that's going to be the end of them. I think so.
Estimate another 15 days.
And the whole Berlin pocket here seems to be contained now. And actually, is it? No, they have Stettin left, and then they'll be cut off from supply. And it's held by one Swedish Marine division. In fact, do they even have enough supply? Oh, they're okay. Some Brazilians holding here. I think a big problem here is that with no British divisions, there's not really anyone to help. Even in New Zealand, the guy in a fancy hat here trying to hold, but the Allies will not really be able to impact this. I figured they could maybe grab some cities and kind of swing it that way, but I don't think that's happening. And the... Oh, here we go. Did someone drop?
Tokrival dropped. Our Yugoslav player.
And he is rejoining. I love this stuff, by the way. the horrible old days of like restarting the game and then someone forgot some setting and it's
I
like,
recall.
yeah. There we go, and I think we're back up again. Almost. Is there one person not loaded yet, maybe?
3, 2, 3. Oh, waiting for Dan to load the host.
Oh, Daniel.
Lost connection. Looks like we've run out of... The lobby's crashed.
Run out of internet.
Yeah, we're out of internet. Sorry, guys. Sweden's out of internet. We ate it all this weekend.
Is this how the Russians escaped their terrible fate? They just pulled the plug.
By hacking the internet, Russian hackers? No.
I mean, this is the Russians who have lost the connection.
Coincidental, I'm sure. And the Italians, of course.
So we'll see. Are they getting back in? Maybe while they're joining, we could. Should we have a word with Torior maybe?
Yeah, let's
while he's joining in, if it's not too busy.
Let's talk to
we can
Torior,
check.
the Soviet player. When we have time.
Yeah.
Because, we've heard from...
Oh, I think... Did we go without them?
Looks like it went.
Or maybe they joked.
I think they joined. I hope they joined.
No, it's AI. It's AI Russia now. So maybe they didn't have time to join back in.
The Soviet situation is dire.
There's not much you can do, even if
No,
you're...
not really.
They're gonna be losing. We got Rundstedt on the attack here now as well.
And, they're losing Turkey.
Actually, Sweden's taking Copenhagen again.
So it's still paused. Are we waiting for?
Maybe waiting for another hot join? It's unsure. Okay. By the way, Troy, your 6 American divisions are back and are still holding Dunkirk now.
Half-wits. What are they doing?
All right, so they're hot joining back in now.
There we go.
All right.
While we wait for this hot join to load, let's talk to the Commissar of the Soviet Union, the Torior.
Yeah.
All right. Back here with me, with Torior. Mr. Soviet, how is it going?
It was going extremely well until Romania was cut. Although we did get a bit unlucky in this game because of some unfortunate events. For example, we were turning Japan communist because it wasn't at war with us and it would have joined our war. But at 70% communist support, they still didn't flip. And we got that bohemian stuff with Quill's country. Apart from that, we did make some mistakes. Our primary mistake was declaring war on the Allies because the Axis did it first and we could have stayed out of it. And then we could have either pulled USA to our side or stayed neutral while they battled USA and, other allies. Right now, we're holding both Moscow and Berlin. So if we can hold out to the end of the stream, I would count that as a victory.
Fair enough. And as they say, war is chaos, so you never know what crazy shenanigans will occur. And also, no pauses and whatnot. It's kind of hard to keep track of everything. But yeah, carry on and back to the studio.
All right, yeah, we're back. And I do have to agree with that. I mean, if you hold Moscow and you hold Berlin, even if you have more surrender progress, I think that's a win as well.
Yeah, it's a moral victory at the very least.
Yeah. For sure.
All right, here we go. The game's restarted again, and
I wouldn't.
the Swedish pocket here is
It's actually expanding. They got like
They've-
Dresden now,
They've built a nice perimeter.
but they are really fragile. They only have one supply point here.
Yeah, once Stettin falls, that's it, I think, for them.
But I mean, there's not. I don't know if there's enough stuff to really take it. Or maybe there's only that one Swedish guy defending this entire pocket. And I'm not sure if they can easily get any other. I wonder, couldn't they transport to Dunkirk here and help out?
That might make sense.
To get military access?
I'm surprised that the Germans aren't putting more people into taking Moscow.
I don't know if they can. They are, the combat width's already maxed out. They cannot physically get more divisions in to attack here at the same time.
They have a couple of really depleted divisions there, though.
No, they could for sure like probably optimize how this goes. This might be one of those things where you kind of stop a little bit, get some planning bonus, and then go again as well. But I think what they really should be doing is taking all the airplanes they have and getting them over here, because they've got like a couple of hundred here still in Poland. I think they completely forgot about this. These are the same planes that's always been there the entire time.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
I'm crying on the inside. Because, like, those casts are gonna, like, totally help here. And they've captured air bases. There's plenty of air bases in range. Fall of Baku. What else? China, I think, has actually pushed back Daniel. Yeah. And the Japanese Civil War didn't really pan out. Came too late, and yeah. In fact, Troy, have you seen what's happened here next to the previous Turkish border? The Bohemian Empire has appeared again.
Oh, of course. You can't keep the Bohemian Empire down.
No, it'll pop up whenever you least expect it. At least the border guard is kind of reduced. Is that one horrible state given to Germany here, though? I'll never forgive them. All right, so Moscow, how is it going? Oh, here we go. Moscow just fell. Is it enough? Is it going to break Soviet Union? Yes, it is. They have not quite surrendered yet, but they will in like the next second now. Bam.
That is that. The Soviets-
Great news. Soviet Union has capitulated.
The power of the Borg saw us through.
So that's the game.
Yeah.
Wow, I had so much participation.
Yeah, good job there, Spain. Spain has a lot of participation in this war. I mean, they're the second contributor. I think they were all over all the fronts.
They were all over all the fronts, and they were essential to the defense of the Baltic front in Denmark
Yeah.
and in Yugoslavia.
Yeah, no, they reclaimed a lot of territory. I'm actually impressed. But if you looked at the factory count, actually, when it started, they were in a pretty good spot, actually.
But they also fought a very long civil war.
Yeah.
To come back from that and be the most valuable Axis member, except for the Axis leader, is quite impressive, I think.
Yeah. So they're puppet. Germany's puppeting poor Quill here.
Right, yeah, good idea. No, I can't make it. I can't make the lands on my organization.
I'm not quite sure what.
I'm not sure what's going on, but we can call this.
Yeah, I think we can call this.
So that was Hearts of Iron 4. We hope you enjoyed what you saw and hope you saw some of the changes that are coming in Death or Dishonor.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But we should probably go to Zeke, who is talking to
The winners.
the champions.
Yeah.
I am here with the Axis. First, we're gonna have a few words from our dare bear, who has a lovely little bear with him. Show the camera.
Great.
It's lovely. This is probably why the Axis could stand so strong, because of the morale.
From the blog and the bear.
It's very wonderful.
Tell us a little bit about how this has been. Like, what has gone well, what has not gone as planned. Any thoughts?
Well, the plan we came up with at the beginning was control the Med, take both ends, stop them coming through, which we did. It was a bit of a fight down in Africa, and hold Europe from against the Allies coming in, and then get ready to push against Russia. And that was the basic plan we had, and it worked.
That sounds very reasonable.
So sometimes it was a bit scrappy. The Royal Navy were a right pain and just kept on causing tons and tons of problem. But we kept land-based and managed to hold them off and push down to control it.
Straight up. After that, I think we're getting some words from the Groogster. Or, well, Groogy, actually. I just call him the Groogster. So, Groogy, I don't have to feel horribly ashamed of you. So isn't that nice? Indeed. Tell us a little bit about this game.
I didn't expect Spain to actually have any influence. We are on the other side of Europe, but we fought bravely and we held the north and the south. And we fought everywhere, we defeated them, and we wiped so many Russians, we couldn't be happier. Death to the Reds.
Sounds pretty feisty. Do we have anyone else wanting to share a few words from the winning side? Yes. All right. We have here Mr. Tokryubov.
Yes, I feel that the defense of the Yugoslavians on the wall they built in preparation for this war was very vital because it distracted the Soviets and Romanians from their pockets in the north for a long time.
Oh yes, you did show your very beautiful wall last time I was over here, and I'm so sad we never got a chance to look at it proper. Do you want to show it off if it's possible?
Well, we're in the middle of a peace treaty here right now, so I'm puppeting Turkey for some reason, so other than that...
Why not?
I can't show it right now.
I feel you, but I saw it and it was there and it was glorious.
It was indeed. We built a wall and made the Romanians pay for it in blood.
Oh boy, it's getting late and we're getting jokesy. Any final words from any other of our winners? Here we are. My dear sir, how has this been?
Well, it's been great because like I thought we were gonna lose this right before the war started because I looked at the amount of troops they had and they had like an overwhelming number on each front. Like for example, me against the Soviets, they had a lot more units than I did. Yugoslavians and Czechs were outnumbered by the Romanians as well, so that was like a huge problem for us. But like at some point, I was probing their defenses here in like Hungary, and that like didn't actually pan out the way I thought it would. But then I did actually cut them off here at Odessa, so I think that's what allowed us to win the war because we made like a massive pocket, and then we forced Romania out of the war. So. That's what won us the war, I think.
Sounds like a job well done. Well, now that we've done everyone except our dear Mr. Gabster, I suppose we might as well get a full house and hear what our dear friend Game Gabster has to say about his time in the war.
I think there's been lots of fake news spreading in our coalition now. Lately, I think it was Bohemian ingenuity that won us the war, of course, but it's not showcased in our contribution for some reason. I find that very strange. I might have to put them in their place.
Straight up. And with that, I think we're back to the studio, unless we want a word from the other side as well. But back to the studio first, I think.
All right, so we're back. Yeah, I mean, I think they deserve this victory. I would love to have a really quick word from the loser side as well. And kind of like, is it salty over there? Is kind of what I want to know. See if is Daniel salty? I can't see from here. He looks cheerful, but I think on the inside he's salty. Yeah. But after that, I think we're gonna wrap up this PDXCon actually.
Yeah.
Because I think we're the last thing on, and it's getting to be 11 o'clock.
Beautiful. So serene, so precious. Embrace the salt.
Don't forget to say goodbye and thank everyone.
Yeah, no, after.
He actually does have salty candy right there. This is, it's like art.
Yeah, the tears are nurturing everybody here, I think.
So, okay, we're here now with our, I don't know how to say it nicely. I don't want to use the L word, because, you know, the second winner. The second winning faction. And let's get some quick sentiments from our dear players. Flurry Worry, how has this played out for you?
Well, I had a lot of fun. I'm currently watching my country being, partitioned, so that's kind of sad. But, the Vikings, we fought bravely, did a lot of naval invasions.
I did stand behind you for a while, and I saw some beautiful things in northern Germany from Sweden. Sadly not maintainable, but it was a beautiful sight indeed.
Yes, and we tied up a lot of Spanish people. Yeah, they were very determined to make their way to Stockholm so that our naval invasions would stop. So, we were useful. We did something. Yay!
Very well played. We're over here with Torior once again. Any final words?
I think the game was pretty close, and I had a lot of fun. So, yeah, I'd like to try that again, knowing all the things that led to our second victory. And pretty much, it's not that we got unlucky. That would be diminishing their victory. No, they did play very well. But we could have turned it around if it was close. That's what I mean. And a close game is always an enjoyable one because every little thing you can do can make the difference, which gives you all the fun in actually making those choices. So yeah, even though we lost, crap, I was about to say that. Right, even though we lost, I had a lot of fun, and that is what matters.
That is what we're all here for. Okay, we're here with the infamous Salty Daniel, looking not so salty, cute as always. Let's get a few words.
So, I'm gonna say against him, but we were only unlucky. We were clearly the superior party, and some bullshit here and there. I would say the Bohemian Empire in India really set the tone of the game, and we were only unlucky. So if they want to play again and be beaten for real, we're up for it. PG Salt.
The pH values are clearly off the charts. So, second to last, but not second to least. The chat is going crazy with... There we are, Quilster. Anything to say?
Well, it is a little disappointing that I spent like 3/4 of the war retaking land that I should have had after I won my Civil War. That's true. Also, it probably didn't help that Daniel, probably our best player, was so far from the front because where we were positioned. But I think we fought bravely and valiantly. And in the end, even though it's now the German Raj, India's bigger than it ever was. So I think I win.
Same with China. I'm like 4 times.
Oh, jeez, you're huge. Yeah. Hey, this is fantastic. We can be fascists. It's okay.
Beautiful thing with Quill, the unbeatable positivity.
The fascists do have all the best uniforms. So, very fancy. You know what? That's all right.
We're all happy here. And last but not least, the Solar Gamer. I think you got knocked out a little bit before the end, but how do you feel, all in all?
I was pretty excited for taking Yugoslavia. We pocketed a bunch of forces down here, but that's when the Germans came from the north and ended the war with Bucharest.
So it goes. Any absolute final words to our viewers?
I still hold Turkey, so, there's that.
There we are. Very beautiful. And that's all from me for this PDXCon 2017. I'm very happy that you all watched, and back to Dan and Troy in the studio to wrap things up.
All right, and I think we're just going to quickly cut, because the peace conference is now finished, so I just want to show what the map looks like in Sweden, and then we're going to go back. Then we're going to go back to the studio. And I'm a little sad you didn't also include Stockholm, but oh well. We get Bohemian Empire again, popping up in Sweden. It's a little beautiful.
It's going to haunt me. I'm going to have dreams about this grotesque Bohemian Empire.
I think that's a good ending picture, and I think it's maybe time to wrap this up. And this is the last of PDXCon, and we really want to thank everybody who showed up to PDXCon. It was a lot of people, a lot of fans, had a really good time. Super tired now, though. And and just everybody who watched as well.
This is the first time we've done one of these larger Paradox Cons. It's bigger than any of the fan gatherings we've done, and we've learned a lot doing it, and I've had a lot of fun meeting people who know us and know our work, are familiar with us, had a lot of great conversations, hopefully made some new friends, and I think in general it was a success for us as a company, and it'll help us charge forward through 2017.
Yeah.
So thank you all for coming.
Thank you all, and we haven't got a release date for Death for Dishonor yet, which is probably good because we need to fix this Bohemian Empire. But I hope you at least got to see. I'm not sure how much of the new features they used. People keep forgetting the Air Force.
Yeah,
That's
well,
how you could have taken Moscow faster.
Well, that just means when you do a stream next week, you get to show it all off.
Yeah, it's going to be all about Air Force and destroying Bohemia, I think.
Please kill Bohemia.
Yeah, we will.
We hope you've enjoyed the streams you've seen over the last couple of days. Our streaming team's done a wonderful job putting it together.
Yeah. So, yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and we're gonna go home sleep now.
I've got to catch a plane tomorrow afternoon, so then I'll sleep.
All right, and bye everybody. Have a good night.
See you next year.